And we're real proud of the fact that that their goals of going Division I are going to be achieved again, and or not again for the first time for these two, but with the rest of the guys on this basketball team this year. They came down here to do this, and they accomplished it. Deshaunt here is going to Stephen F. Austin. Those of you who've been employed around here for some time, remember Brett Tanner was one of my assistants here, who I guess kind of headed up the recruiting of him. Is that right?
Yes. Sir.
Okay. And they're in the Southland Conference. They've been either first or second, I think, ever since the league expanded into their current membership of about 12 to 14 schools. I don't recall how many. But it's in Nacogdoches. Those of you, some of you guys from East Texas are familiar with that. And they need a guy who can make baskets, and Deshaunt definitely can do that. We had to play him this whole the year prior to this, basically out of position, and I'm here now to basically thank him for playing out of position his freshman year. We didn't get along too good his freshman year, but it really wasn't his fault. It was probably well, it was Brooks Miller's fault, since Brooks is not here right now. But no, he hung in there and came back this season and filled in, hit some really big shots. When Howard this year tried to, I don't know, gimmick defense us, we put Deshaunt in the game, and he hit 2 or 3 threes and a pull-up. I think he got 11 points in the finals of the regional, which with all the other great play that we had from different players and what have you, had he not done that, we probably we'd had to find another way to win the game. I wouldn't say we wouldn't have done it, but we would have had to find another way. He definitely stepped up. Derrell was an all-region player, I think, his freshman year here. Averaged about 16, 17 points a game his freshman year, and took on a different role this year. And I know it was tough, but I got the same thing to say. You know, I got a lot of respect for what he went through this season, really not knowing when his number was going to get called and what have you. But we got to the quarterfinal game against Monroe up in New York, and he made 2 really big plays that at a critical time that got us into the semifinals. And so Derrell's one of the toughest kids I've ever coached. I tried to beat him down several times. We had a come to Jesus meeting out here one night after we had just gone to Jacksonville and just got throttled, and which I told him just about everything bad I could think of. And we sat out. You remember that night? We sat out here till about 3 in the morning, I think it was, right out here. And so you guys think that coaching's just 8 to 4. It was right over here in the dark up here, me and him and Brooks. And I needed some reinforcement that night because I got tired of telling him all the bad things I could think of. I needed some help. And he took it and fought. I mean, I could never kill his spirit. And you think, why would you want to? Well, sometimes I don't know. Made me feel better, I guess. But he hung in there, had a great game against McLennan in the regional quarterfinals last year, I think, and got a lot of attention as a result of that. And I think the reason he's getting to go to High Point University is basically because of what he did his freshman year, and then some big baskets in the national tournament. These people were convinced that they wanted him, and they saw him in a national tournament, and he was ready when the opportunity came. So 2 more guys from a very fertile area for us, the Baltimore, D.C. area. The one sitting here with the nasty hat on, the Red Sox hat on, is another one. We've had a lot of success in that area. I was back up there this weekend, and all of them know these guys and how they've done and followed them, and hopefully they'll want to continue sending these kind of guys down here. We're real happy about these 2 guys. Stephen F. Austin, High Point University. I told Derrell, I said, you're going to love that campus. I went out there this past year and toured it myself. It's a beautiful place. And it sits right there. It's about, I don't know, an hour from Duke and NC State, and you know, and it's really a rich basketball area. So they've been great guys on campus. I see some teachers here that are here just because they like these two guys, so speaks well for them. Any questions? Charlie, we don't want to go anything about Coach Green, all right?
I got a question.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Derrell, since you're going to, when you leave here, what would you take to the Division III school?
It's Division I. So.
I'm sorry. Leave South Plains, what would you take there?
Like Coach said, I'm gonna take toughness and a never quit attitude.
Derrell, I know you were kind of deciding between Bethune-Cookman and High Point. What made you choose High Point over? To be honest.
I mean, it's like I talked to assistant coach Hank, and like he was like, before you make the decision, make sure it's not on the area. You know what I mean? Basing it on the area and I guess you want to say party life or whatever. And I thought about that, and mainly when I went on a visit to Bethune-Cookman, they was mainly talking about basketball aspect and not my degree wise. And when I went to High Point, they kind of balanced both, and they told me like they would make sure that I'd be playing ball and also get my degree at the end of the day. So that's what I was worried about mostly.
What are you gonna miss most about South Plains College?
Yeah, Devontae. I mean, it was just I know it's one of the better junior colleges in the country, so just this team mostly. Last year's team, players, and this year's team's playing, and just the love from this school, like teachers, a lot of the staff members, they show love and help you out, you know what I mean? Nobody bring you down here. There's a lot of love.
Deshaunt, what are you most looking forward to about Nacogdoches?
I had a warm welcoming when I got there, you know. I was deciding between Robert Morris and there, so they definitely beat Robert Morris out big time. And I got 2 years left, so it's a better situation. I can come in and contribute right away, so that's why I chose it.
What did you learn here that you'll take with you?
To be mentally tough from this man.
Coach Green talked about you guys' roles changing this year. How much does that help you going into this next level? You guys went from guys who were probably playing out of position most of the time to clutch shooters, and both of you made big clutch plays through the last 2 or 3 weeks of the season. How much does that help propel you guys?
Basically, just like I think it's a winning aspect, you know, that's just within, and you can't teach it. And just taking on the role and seeing that winning, I guess, was playing the guys that Coach had out there most of the time, and just taking on the role and like Coach said, being ready whenever your number called. But just the winning aspect and not messing it up and becoming a cancer on the team or hating on the other guys. Just keep pushing them in practice every day, making them better, because it ain't doing nothing but making you better at the same time.
He said it all.
That's the only good answer.
That was a good answer.
Coach, what will you miss most about these two guys?
Well, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, you always have an appreciation for somebody who goes through a lot, and you know, to get to the floor and what have you. But these guys had great attitudes all year long, and I don't know that I could have done it myself. And to be honest with you, I mean, they went from playing 35 minutes a game to going into support roles and what have you, and not everybody can do that. And we had a couple we had some guys that, you know, their attitudes would, or whatever you want to call it, effort or whatever, but it would go up and down and whatever. But these two guys were pretty consistent, I think, all year long. I mean, both of them started probably almost every game, I think, their freshman year. And then there was a couple of games that maybe they didn't even get to play this year, you know. And that's hard to do. It's really, really hard. Particularly when you come here to go to a Division I school to get your life and everything back in order and what have you. And so I know there was some panic at times and what have you, but they hung in there. They hung in there.
And you know, I kept telling them on different occasions, and tell all the guys, you know, the more you win, the better your success is going to be. And obviously, when you don't lose a game like we did this year, everybody is rewarded. We'll have another one here in a week or so that'll be announcing as well. So, I mean, I'm glad that that's true, that people recognize, you know, success, and they want those kind of players in their respective programs around the country. I don't know what I mean. I'll miss this guy hitting some of the most gorgeous jump shots I've ever seen, and then this old hard-headed guy over here. I mean, I'll just miss his toughness. I mean, he brought it every day. He was a really, really tough player, and you know, I go back up to that part of the country and I ask guys up there all the time, you know, well, you know how Derrell is. I mean, is this kid as tough as he was? Because they know up there as well. I mean, this isn't something that. Trust me, this isn't something I taught him or anybody else. I mean, he came with that, and you know, and hopefully he'll take that to the next. He'll find a way to play, and so will Deshaunt. I think what Deshaunt will find when he gets down there is, hey man, maybe some of these players I'm practicing against down here aren't as tough as what I had to face every day, you know, out here, and so I mean, I think they made two good choices, and I think they'll do really, really well. Yes, here we go. This will be good.
Hey, I'm proud of y'all, man. When I came here, I was a little nervous. Y'all made me feel like a family. I mean, you know, I was scared. For real. Like, for real. Like, because I didn't want to leave my mom, you know. And y'all just pretty much made me feel like a family. I mean, I'm proud of y'all. I mean, like he said, y'all didn't play much, you know, whatever. But I mean, y'all was like the best group, like, even y'all, like, you like a family now, y'all. Don't forget about it. That's all I got to say.
You're going to make my wife start crying back here in the back.
So can we just, like, keep them and not let them leave?
Our plane's going to Big 12.
Let's be careful, all right? Let's be real careful here.
Deshaunt, next year you might be facing one of your current teammates and playing against Greg at UTA. Is that pretty exciting for you?
Oh well, they're leaving the conference now, so yeah,
Okay.
it's a change of plans. I was thinking about that too, though. He got scared. They ran.